So now we'll have the total monthly cost here, and we have all the loan payments in their variables and total monthly cost here. Now let's go ahead and calculate the total annual cost. Right, so the total annual cost, I'm going to go ahead and call the calculate total annual cost function. So calculate total annual cost. And we know total annual cost needs the total monthly cost to be able to multiply by 12, right? And we have the total monthly cost stored here. So we can go ahead and paste it in calculate total annual cost here. And we know the calculate total annual cost is basically returning the total annual cost here. So I'm going to go ahead and create another variable in main, call it total annual cost, and set it equal to the function calculate total annual cost, which is going to take in the total monthly cost as an argument and store it in total annual cost, right? So now by the time when we call the main method, it's going to accept all these loan payments from the user, calculate the total monthly cost, and calculate the total annual cost. Now when we are done, all we have to do is display it, right? Since we are dealing with functions, let's go ahead and define a function that is just going to basically display the results to us. It's going to first take in the argument and just display it, right? Let's add one more function here. We're going to define a function. Let's call it print details. Now print details basically is going to print something you give it. So let's define what we're going to give to it. Let's define the parameters that let's define the parameters, the arguments that this function is going to receive when it's called. So print details, we want to go ahead and print let's see what the question said. The question said over here, the program should then display the total monthly cost of these expenses and the total annual cost of these expenses. So what we want to print is the total monthly cost and the total annual cost, right? So print details over here is going to need the total monthly cost, and it's also going to need the total annual cost. And in the function, once it has those values, it's going to go ahead and print it. So I'm going to pass these values in the print function. What I want to display is basically an output, a nice output, and say the total basically your total monthly cost. The total monthly cost is, I'm going to go ahead and concatenate it with the formatted version of total monthly cost. I'm formatting it so that it looks good. I don't want a lot of decimal places. I want it to put dollar signs and commas where necessary. Alright, so total monthly cost is going to be the formatted version of total monthly cost. Now the format function takes in two arguments: what you want to format, which is this, and how you want it formatted, which is the second argument in double quotations. This is basically, you put your format specifier in here, how you want your total monthly cost or your arguments, the first argument, formatted. Now because total monthly cost is going to be a monetary value, like let's say a $2.50, $25.25, since it's going to have that kind of decimal in there, it's going to be a float, right? So since it's a float, I want it formatted as a float, so I'm going to type in F, right, in the format specifier. Now I want it formatted to 2 decimal places, so I'm going to put the precision 0.2 right in front of the F. Now the 0.2 is just the precision. I want it formatted to 2 decimal places. If I wanted it formatted to 3 decimal places, I'd say 0.3. Now because I want it formatted to 2 decimal places, I'll say 0.2. Also, I want commas where necessary. I want the program to be able to know where to put commas automatically. If the value is a million, it should be able to automatically put commas in there so that it reads 1,000,000,000. If it's 5,000, it should be able to read 5,000,000. So I'm putting the precision, which is I've already done the precision. I'm going to put a comma right before the precision, before the F, and it's going to automatically put commas where necessary. The comma goes in front of the precision, okay, in front of the F. So now I'm done with the formats, almost done actually. I just want to also go ahead and put a $ in front of the value here. So Now I formatted that, and that's just one argument, but that's basically just the total monthly cost. I want to go ahead and concatenate it with a new line character. So \n. Now \n, the two characters together, the backslash and the n together is the new line character. It creates a new line. Basically, it takes the position from where it's at the moment to the next line. So anything that comes after this new line character is displayed on that next line. It basically moves the current position to the next line. Anything that comes after that new line character is displayed on that next line. So basically create a line break. Move the position to the next line so that the next thing comes on that next line. So I'm going to create a new line character, and the next thing I want to display is your total. Your total annual cost. So let's first copy the same thing here and display it here, and say concatenated with your total monthly cost. Let's change it to annual cost. Now I know I'm exceeding it, so I want to break it somewhere around here. Type in the \, hit enter, and say your total annual cost is the formatted version of total annual cost, that the total annual cost that was given to us. So total annual cost that was given to us. Also formatted the same way to 2 decimal places, commas where necessary, the $sign in front of it. It wouldn't need quotations here. And that's it. Now, when this displays, I'll show you basically what is happening, and we'll fix it. But basically, once we have these values, all we have to do is print it. So we have the print details function. Let's go ahead and call the print details function. And print details is going to need two things. It's going to need the total monthly cost and the total annual cost. We have the total monthly cost here, so I'm going to copy and paste it in here as an argument. And it also needs the total annual cost, which we also have here as an argument. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it and paste it here. And print details is basically going to print this for us. All right. Now that we are done with all our functions, let's go ahead and call the main method, because the main method is where our program has been defined, basically, where all our functions are going to be called, everything is working at. We've only defined it, we haven't called it. So if you run this, nothing is going to happen. So let's go ahead, after defining it, to call main so that it can run the program for us. All right. So let's debug this and then save this where I normally save the Python programs. It's on a desktop. Okay, so I'm going to create a new folder for this one and call it automobile cost. And then I'm going to save this as automobile cost.py. Save it here. Let's see if we have any errors. This follows just something from the previous program. We have a syntax error. Let's just stop it and see what's happening here. Okay, so input is basically displaying how much do you pay for your loan, for your insurance. So it's concatenating with a / this, and then we are closing the input function here. Let's see. Yep, we're closing the input function here, and we're closing the floats function here. So what's the syntax error? Let me just go ahead and save this. Run this again. Let's see where it's telling us. Here. What's the problem? I think it's not concatenating well. So let's just fix this. Let me see. But yeah, so it should be fine. I don't know why it's saying that. I'm not seeing it. I'll look for it though. All right. The input takes in parentheses, which is this. The float takes in parentheses, which is this. Am I missing something? Is it here somewhere? Just bear with me. I'll find it. Some of these things sometimes it's tricky to have. It's probably something simple and I'm missing it. Okay, float. I'm gonna bring this up so I can see it. Wow. What's wrong with this? I don't see anything really wrong with it. I probably don't see it. It's probably something wrong with it. I just don't see it. We have an input function. Okay. We broke it here with a plus sign. We've closed it here. Let's see. We have our float function. Set of parentheses. Start here. I don't know exactly. I don't know what it's saying. Monthly gas payment. I'm sure you've seen it, but I don't know. Why am I not seeing it? What's wrong? It's taking a while too. Okay, so if it's like this, is it going to complain? Because this looks fine. Let's see. No, it's still. Now move to the monthly. Okay, so I think I was doing something wrong. I don't know, for some reason I think I messed this up somehow. Let's see. Maybe I didn't break it well. Let's just do this. Now move to the next one, I guess. Let's just fix all of this the same way, and then I'll break it again, and let's see if it's going to complain. It shouldn't, because I've been doing this all the time. I'm probably missing something very silly that Alright, so let's save this and see if it's still going to complain. And now it's not complaining. So let's try to break it again, and let's see what was its problem. Oh, this was just okay. So this is going to work. All right. Now I was breaking it here. Can't I break in the input function? Well, I'm going to close the string, concatenate with another string. Let's test that to see, because I do this all the time and I don't know. Okay, that's working. All right, so I'm just breaking it here with a backslash and hitting enter. Let's see. It's working. So what was it complaining about? Did I do something wrong? Okay, if you see it, you can tell me. But maybe I was messing up the way I was breaking it onto another line. Maybe I was doing that. All right, let's break all of these, just so we don't exceed a line. So close the string, concatenate with another string, break it. Let's just run it just to see if that was working, and that's fine. I don't know what it was complaining about. Maybe I missed something and I didn't even see the error. I'm sure some of you are seeing it and probably laughing right now. But at least it's working, so that's good. I feel that's exactly what I feel what I'm doing now is exactly what I did. And it's giving me errors. Oops. I probably didn't put a backslash for one of these like this. Maybe. Or I did something else. Now let's see if it's going to complain. It's not complaining. I thought that's exactly what I did. Anyway, so now it's asking how much do you pay for your loan every month? So I'm going to say $50. How much do you pay for insurance? $30. How much do you pay for gas? $20. Oil? $12. Tires? $12. Maintenance? $45. Okay, now we have a problem, different problem. Total monthly is not defined. All right, I used total monthly somewhere. Total monthly. All right, so this is supposed to be total monthly. When I was calling it, so basically it's supposed to be total monthly cost. The way I define the parameter is the same way I need to use it in the function. So total monthly cost, that's how it's supposed to be. Let's run this again and type in regular value. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. Total monthly cost is $12. We can see that it's adding all these. So 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And when you multiply that by 12, you're getting basically the annual cost. So we can see this is working. All right. Now, the only thing and we can see it's formatted also. It's formatted well also. The only thing I want to do is just create a new line between the questions and the outputs, right? So this is where the print details is basically what's printing this. So in the print details function, before I print the details, I can go ahead and just type a \n over here, I think like what I did here somewhere. I did it somewhere here. Or maybe not in this program. No, I did it here. So I did it in the print details, right? No, I didn't. Well, I thought I did. All right, so you can. Well, I did it here. Yeah, I did it here. All right. So basically, just like I did here, I'm going to put another \n, and it's basically going to. So that if the position is here, it's going to move one step down. It's going to create a new line. It's going to take the position from where it's at here to the next line. So your total monthly cost is going to start displaying from this line. It's basically going to create a new line. That's one way to do it. So if I run this and I put, let's say 2, 2, 2, 2 for all these, I can see that the new line has been created. Another way to do it is, let me just stop this, is to not put the \n, but anytime you call the print function here. So first of all, let me run this. This is the old school. This is basically what we were doing before. So there's no line break. When you call the print function here this way, right, and you type in something and you tell it to print something, print this, and you call this, put in random values, we can see it's printing exactly what we told it to print here. Where is it? We can see it's printing exactly what we told it to print. But the print function by default ends with a new line character, meaning once it's done printing what you've told it to print, it's going to take the position from where it's at to the next line. So it's going to take the position from where it's at to the next line. So whatever comes after it, which is this in this case, whatever comes after it is going to be displayed on that next line. So it printed what we told it to print. It did that. But when it was done, okay, it moved the position from where it's at the moment to the next line. So whatever came after it was displayed from this next line going. That's how the print function works. After you've told it to print whatever you wanted to print, it's going to take it's going to basically print anything that comes after it on the next line. It's going to it ends with a new line character. That's how the print function works. So you can simulate or create a new line by basically calling the print function and passing in nothing, or basically giving the print function nothing as an argument. So what this is going to do is, instead of printing this now, it's going to print nothing, meaning it's going to print nothing on this line. But the way the print function works, it's still going to take the position from where it's at here to the next line. So after it's printed nothing, it's still going to move the position from where it's at to the next line. So anything that comes after this print function is going to be printed on the next line here. But this time around, you've told it to print nothing. So it's going to print nothing, but the way print functions work is going to take the position from where it's at to the next line, which means anything that comes after that print function is going to be displayed on this next line, on that next line. That's another way to do it. So let's just try this one also. Type in, let's say 33333, and we can see that new line is there. We can see the monthly cost and the annual cost for all our expenses. So we can see this program is working. And yeah, if you have any questions, please, let's just go ahead and break this. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know why it was giving me that error. It's probably something I missed, right? So I'm going to break this now, this one here, and then hit enter, right? And then there's no need to, well, let me just fix this well. So let's break it somewhere around here. I don't think I can break it in the function. Let's break it here, doesn't matter. Bring this up, concatenate it with this, break it somewhere around here. Close the string, concatenate it with a new string, type the \, break it. Now this shouldn't give us any problem. So yeah, and again, we over here we created one function that was asking for all the inputs, and we were returning all the values. You can create separate functions that receive these values separately, and then you can call them as separate functions, like get monthly loan payments, or ask for monthly loan payments, ask for monthly insurance payments. You can do that, but this also works. You're returning all the values, receiving all the values here, and using it. Okay, so if you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'll do everything to respond to them. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time with the next program. All right, bye-bye.